What's going on, guys? Coming back to you with another video, and in this video I want to go over exactly how to make money with cold email in 2022. Now, there's really only two ways that you can make money with cold email. You can either do it B2B or B2C. B2B is basically business to business, so you're reaching out. If you're an agency, you're trying to get more customers. Cold email is one of the most effective tools to get more customers for your business and book calls on your calendar. And there's a specific way to basically write your emails so that people actually want to talk to you. Then there's B2C, which is you're going out and getting email addresses and sending out smaller products which the person really didn't expect to hear from you. And it's a harder way to sell, but if you can get it right, if you can warm the person up enough, you can actually cold email people that you're not even trying to pitch an agency style offer. You're trying to just pitch like smaller little course programs. It's harder. You got to be careful too, because it's very easy to get spam complaints if you're cold emailing for B2C. B2C normally is business to customer, so you're usually going to want to collect their email before you start emailing them in exchange for a freebie. But you can actually, believe it or not, get away with emailing people B2C. Now, I haven't done it personally, but I know guys are doing out there. I know guys that are doing it out there and killing it, doing B2C cold emails. I would just be very careful if you do it to warm the email recipient up enough that they actually don't freak out on you. Because if you were just suddenly sending them a weight loss product via email, I don't think most people are going to sit kindly to that. So it's a very intricate way that you got to transition from them never hearing from you to buying from you and not getting pissed off along the way. But this video will be more geared toward learning how to do B2B, but I'll give some points when we get to the B2C portion of this video. But here's the thing with cold email, it's the best way to make money online, period. Because with cold email, especially if you're a beginner, you don't have to wait around for anything. You just go out and grab the attention of your client. There's no restrictions. You're not going to get banned. Like if you were to go cold DM on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. So many people want to cold DM all the time, whereas if the social media platform decides to ban your account, you're out of business. So that's why cold email is so effective. And cold email is so effective versus cold calling is because no one wants to cold call all day. It's extremely tedious. You're going to get hung up on a ton. With cold email, you can just blast out emails and then wait, and the people that raise their hand that want to talk to you will get back to you. It's that simple. So you don't have to go through all the gatekeepers, all the front desk people. You don't got to worry about any of that. People that aren't interested not at all, that rudely hang up on you. Cold email gets rid of all that. It's the way of the future as far as business goes, in my personal opinion. It beats DM, beats everything. And I've done split tests in my own businesses with it. It dominates everything else. It dominates cold calls. It dominates LinkedIn DMs. It dominates everything. And all you have to do is sit there and go get the email addresses. Now, there's two places that you can get the email addresses. It's LinkedIn or Instagram. Now, there's other places you can go to, like ZoomInfo. But these two are the best, especially for beginners. You're going to get the email addresses the cheapest on LinkedIn Sales Navigator by scraping it with Lead Leaper, or using Instagram and just scraping it with Scrapegram, or just scraping it one by one by one. But you got to get email addresses, right? So you're going to build up your list to blast emails out to. Now, let's just take, for example, I wanted to cold email for coachingsuperiority.com, which is it's kind of an agency slash more of a personal brand. But let's just say I wanted to cold email with Coaching Superiority. So I wanted my recipients to receive Jesse at Coaching Superiority. What I would do is I would set up another domain called coachingsuperiority1.com, and this would be my burner domain. You want to have a burner domain because every domain has a specific reputation with Google. So Coaching Superiority has a specific reputation with Google. I pulled it up. This is the actual tool that Google uses to check your reputation with them. And excuse me, you'll notice that I only have one blacklist, which is Spam Meeting Monkey, which is a temporary blacklist for because the domain's fairly new. It's a 30-day blacklist on this specific. It'll go away once 30 days transpired from creating this specific domain. But anyway, you don't want to be black on any of these. You want to be all green. Now, if you ever run it, here's my domain name, by the way. If you ever run it and you get a bunch of reds, you probably did it wrong. You got to redo it. So you don't want to be on any of the blacklists. The blacklists basically are going to keep your domain name from arriving in the recipient's box. If you're on any of the, let's just say you're on a blog spam blacklist, specific people that are using that specific blacklist will not receive your email. So you don't want to be on any of these, because then the vast recipients for each one of these lists will not receive your cold emails. But anyway, we don't want to send our cold emails from our primary domain, because then that will hurt our regular email sending. For example, let's just say we were sending all of our cold emails from coachingsuperiority.com. We wouldn't want to go and send cold emails from it, because if Google was ever to get pissed off at our domain name, what happens is when we start to email back and forth just regularly, like we start getting clients and we start emailing back and forth with them, our clients, the emails won't reach the inboxes correctly. So we don't want to use our primary domain to cold email. You can. I've done that plenty of times in my previous businesses because I was just lazy. But you don't want it. You want to create a burner domain. In this case, it'd be coachingsuperiority1.com. It can be anything you want. But you need to make sure that this domain name redirects to coachingsuperiority.com's website. That way, because people are going to be receiving like this, Jesse@coachingsuperiority1.com. They're going to take this domain name and put it into their browser, and it's not going to go to anywhere because it's a burner domain. Remember, this is your main website right here, not this domain. But you need to go into the DNS settings and change this specific domain to redirect to this. And this right here will be a one-page. That's all you really need as a website. For if you're an agency, you'd have a one-page landing page with on the top of it, you'd say basically what you do, with a testimonial right below it, which would be a Zoom call, a Zoom testimonial, or just a screenshot. And then right below that, there'd be a calendar booking link, or just a calendar embedded into your website. So that's, if you're an agency and you're trying to make money with just an agency model and cold emailing, this is the simplest way to set everything up. You create your domain name, number one. This will be your primary domain name. Then you create a burner domain name that will send all the cold emails from. But this domain name redirects to this one in case someone puts this into the URL. It'll redirect this. And this will be a one-page landing page that'll have at the top basically who you are. We write copywriting for clients, blah, 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 in this niche. Here's a testimonial. If you don't have a testimonial, you can just kind of wing it for your first client. You want to get that first testimonial as fast as you can. In any business, you need testimonials. Book a call. Now, the best tools to use for doing this kind of work for cold emailing is going to be Lemlist or All Pro Web Tools. I've tried both. My personal favorite is All Pro Web Tools. And you're going to set up. What you're going to want to do when you're running a brand new promotion or whatever, an offer, you're going to want to set up 4 campaigns inside the chosen tool, and each campaign will have 7 emails in it. Why 4 campaigns? Because then you're able to split test the shit out of which one's working. So each campaign should be basically different in how the emails are written. And what I recommend is the main email that matters the most is the first email of the sequence, because that really is what the majority of people will read. So change up the first emails in the 4 campaigns. Take your leads. So let's just say you're getting all your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Take your leads, divide them by 4, and then put them into each of the campaigns. Let's say you got 100 emails that you want to send to. 25 would go in campaign 1, 25 would go in campaign 2, 25 would go in campaign 3, and then 25 would go in campaign 4. Each campaign would have 7 emails ready to go out on autopilot, and they should be spread apart by 4 days, and they should go out at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And then you basically pick the winner. It's really that simple. That's how I do all my campaigns when I used to do agency stuff, and I still do agency stuff, but it was my primary income source. But specifically for agency B2B, you're not going to want to pitch any links in your emails. You don't want to put any links in your emails, even photographs too. That'll hurt your reputation with Google. So what I like to do is in the bottom of your email, you put a 15-minute call to action. So you basically say, hey, if this sounds like it interests you, like here's an example. Hi Brian, congrats on your recent position with X company. That's quite the accomplishment. I have a very personalized first line. You want to make sure you have this so that people actually open your email. We recently did X for Y. Whatever case study you have, you can literally pull this off the website I was telling you about, that case study you have. Would you like to connect for 15 minutes sometime this week to see if we could work together, or we can help you too? You ask for 15 minutes, and then if they respond with yes, then you send them an email saying, all right, awesome, here's a book a call link so that we're on the same page as far as time goes. And then you have a call. You got your first client, potential client. and you sell them on the call. And that's for a different video on how the scripting goes and how to sell anything to anyone at any time. Now, if you're doing B2C, again, I don't have any experience doing this, but you definitely 100% have to warm them up before you pitch them anything, because otherwise they're going to instantly mark you as spam, or they unsubscribe or report you or whatever. You need to warm them up hardcore with a string of emails, probably giving them away freebies and all that. Give them something that they wouldn't unsubscribe. Give them a freebie, so they actually start to like warm up to you. You know, like, hey, here's this free thing. I noticed you're interested in this topic. Here's this free thing. I hope you enjoy. We're giving away freebies because we're trying to raise brand awareness, whatever it is. And then later on, they'll get to know you more. Then you can start pitching them. And that way, you didn't even have to get an opt-in. Now, this is not going to work for specific countries. I know guys in the U.S. are doing it. Apparently, it is okay to do that. I personally have never done it, but do it at your own risk. It's not the best way to grow a business because you're basically cold emailing people randomly trying to sell them a product. It's okay to do when you're doing agency style stuff like B2B. B2C is kind of a little risky. You don't want to get spam complaints, then you fuck your whole entire domain name up. Alright guys, hope you found massive value in that video. Definitely check out my description for all of my links. My links literally have all the different methods that I've used to personally sell over $1 million on the internet to date. So I definitely recommend you check those links out. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm posting a video like pretty much almost every day. And yeah, peace.